A busy day in Ottawa. We have more breaking news from the nation's capital. Elections Canada has laid a charge in connection with the robocalls scandal from 2 years ago. The CBC's Hannah Thibedeau joins me again from Ottawa with this story. And this is a first, right, Hannah?
Absolutely. CBC News has confirmed that ex-Conservative staffer Michael Sona, he's 24 years old, has been charged under the Elections Canada Act. Now, the section that he has been charged under, and we've confirmed this from the courthouse, is 491.3D. What does that mean? Well, this is in the Elections Canada Act, and it's about willfully preventing or trying to prevent an elector from voting. Now, you have to remember, Elections Canada has been investigating thousands of illegal robocalls that were made in Guelph on Election Day back in May of 2011. And these calls instructed voters to go to non-existent polling stations. So they've been investigating this for 2 years, and this is the first charge that has been laid. Now, Sona was in charge of the communications for the Guelph Conservative candidate at that time, Marty Burke. Now, back in October, Michael Sona did an exclusive interview with Power and Politics, and he said clearly that he was not Pierre Poutine. Pierre Poutine, you remember, this was the pseudonym used to make these calls. So the name that was used to make these calls. He clearly told Evan Solomon on Power and Politics he wasn't involved in this. He also said during that interview he didn't have access to the lists of voters that Elections Canada believes were used to make these phone calls. What he said during that interview, you've got to take a look at the options and just say, you know what is more realistic option here? He went on to say that some 22-year-old guy, he was 22 years old at the time, managed to coordinate this entire massive scheme when he didn't even have access to the data. So that's what he said in that interview, but now he has been charged under the Elections Canada Act. He is to appear in a Guelph courtroom on May 3rd, and if found guilty of this, the maximum fine would be $5,000 and or imprisonment for 5 years. So quite a severe penalty if found guilty of this charge.
Quite a severe penalty. Of course, this is early going, and we've just found out about this, Hannah, but any sense of the political fallout?
Well, it's interesting. I have put a call into Conservative Party headquarters to see what they have to say. Haven't received a response back from them yet. And as you mentioned, this is just breaking, so we're putting in a lot of calls to see what the reaction is to this. We'll get back to you as soon as we get some reaction. Of course, Power and Politics will be following this as well, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern.
All right, Hannah, thank you. The CBC's Hannah Thibedeau in Ottawa.